Hi, this is Sahana. In this session, we are going to learn how to add data to a database in Entity Framework Core. You can watch all the previous videos in the playlist titled Entity Framework Core to learn more. If you have watched previous videos, you may recall that we have established relationships between entities. Today, we are going to learn how to add data to database. Here is an important thing. If you are following code first approach and you want to add data to database, then you should have followed these 5 steps before you try to add data to database. Look at this application. Inside models folder, we have these many models and these models have different relationships between them. Inside data folder, we have app.db context. This is our DB context class. And here we have defined DB set properties. Next, we have defined connection string here. We have added migrations and we have applied migration. So we have all the tables ready in the database. Now our application is ready to add data to database. We have to follow 3 simple steps to add data to database. First step is to create instances of your model classes. Second step is to add them to the appropriate DB set property in your DB context class. Third step is to call the save changes method. We will see all of these steps. This is console application. Even if you want to work with ASP.NET Core Web API or ASP.NET Core Web Application, steps will be same. Let's start with our first step and create instances of our model classes. I will open program.cs file. I will remove everything. Now, look at the models. Here we have manager. This manager has manager ID, first name, last name, and this manager has one-to-many relationship with employees. That means manager can have many employees, but employee can have only one manager. Look at this employee class. Employee class has employee ID, first name, last name, and salary. This entity has relationship with many other entities, like it has relationship with manager and employee details, as well as employee projects. If you look at employee, he is dependent on manager. We have to store manager ID. Let's start with creating an instance of manager class. Then we can create instance of employee class. We are done with the first step. We have created instance of manager class. Now second step is to add this instance to the appropriate DB set property. Now we should access this DB set property which is inside app.db context. To access this property, we need an instance of app.db context. Now I'll create instance of app.db context. If you notice, here I'm using this using statement. We have used this using statement to create instance of DB context class so that we can ensure that it is disposed correctly. I'll move this block of code here. Now let's add this instance to the DB set. Let's say context dot, we are going to access managers DB set, managers. Then to add data to the database, we have to call add method, add, then pass manager, which is our newly created instance. That's it. We are done with the second step. Third step is to call the save changes method. Just adding new instance to the DB set is not enough. We have to call context.saveChanges method. This save changes method passes data to the database. This is very important step. If you notice, this manager class has manager ID along with first name and last name. But here we have provided values for first name and last name. The reason is manager ID is a primary key and database will generate values for it. Look at this manager table. This table doesn't have any data. When we run this application, if everything is fine, then we should be able to insert data into this table. Let's quickly run this application. Now I'll come back to this file. Let's refresh it. Now we have a new record and manager ID is 1. It starts with 1 and with each insert it will be incremented by 1. You can follow the same steps and you can insert employee details as well. Let's quickly comment this one. If you want to insert employee details, again you have to create new instance of employee, fill in all the details. If you notice, this time we have specified manager ID. Very important thing is this manager ID should be available in the database as there is a relationship. Now This manager ID 1 is available in the database we have just now created. Next, we have added new instance using add method. We have to again call save changes method. This will insert new record into employee table. Let's quickly run it and verify it again. See, we have inserted data into database, ran the application twice with same set of data. So two records have been created. Manager ID is same. If you notice, employee ID is different. This is okay. Just have to follow 3 simple steps to add data to database. That's it for today's session. I hope the session was useful. See you soon in the next video. Thank you.